Hey, Karen Julia here, and welcome to the final tutorial in our little mini course on how to optimize your Showit homepage. This is an advanced SEO tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to be talking about structured data. We're not going to delve into what structured data is. That's definitely a subject for a separate tutorial. What I am going to do is show you how to see what structured data your competitors are using and also how to add the code to your own site. I'm going to be adding code to my own Showit site during this tutorial, and it's going to be the same code that you are adding to. Whether you're a professional photographer or an SEO consultant, you're an organisation and you're a business, and you'll have an area that you cover and social media profiles. So you can follow along with this. We're going to be working on the exact same schema. But before I show you how to add it, let's have a quick peek at how to look and see what your competitors are doing. It's really important that you have an understanding of your competition. Looking at their results will really give you a bit of an insight into how clued up they are with SEO and how much competition you've got. So let's do that now. I'm going to pop me in the corner. And if we look at the search results for Showit SEO, we'll see there's a variety of different results here. And when you look at your own results for your own keyword, you might see that all the results are home pages, or some of them might be blog results. So we'd expect to see a difference in the type of structured data on those pages. Blog results, for example, would typically have things like article schema, possibly some FAQs. Whereas with home pages, we're going to see more information about organisations and the kind of local business services. So if we have a quick look at who's ranking for this particular search term, and we put their results into the Rich Results Test tool. Now, I have put the Caledoni homepage in here, and as you can see, there's no structured data on it at all. I've not added any yet. But we can see that for Showit SEO, the Fuel Your Photos site is ranking. And if we have a look at the structured data that they've got, there's quite a few different types: article, carousel, FAQ, and site links. So this page looks well marked up with lots of detailed information for Google. If we look at Abigail's page, there's only really site links schema on this, so not much at all. Same with Davey and Krista. They just had article, breadcrumb, and site links. So not a whole lot really. And it's really kind of good to see just kind of what you're dealing with in terms of competitors. So if we head over to the tool that we're going to use to add the schema on the page, this is a free tool that's accessible for you. The link is below. It's awesome. technicalseo.com, run by Merkel. They're an SEO company. And if you just look at this drop-down menu here, there's a whole bunch of different types. But the type that we're going to be adding first, which I highly recommend you having on your homepage, is going to be the organisational schema. And this tells Google a bit more about your organisation. Now, because this has quite a few sections to complete, I have completed mine already. It is really important that all of the sections are filled out and complete. And the way that this tool works, you just fill everything in and it appears over on the right hand side here in this search box. So let's look at one that I've already filled out. So here we can see the organisation schema is all filled in, and on the right, everything that's highlighted in yellow is the data that I've added. There's a couple of things I want to show you on this. The name, which is just here. It's really, really important that you just include your brand name. We want Google to recognise your brand as an entity. We do not want a whole load of keywords or anything in here. It's just going to confuse things. So please do not be tempted to add keyword phrases or any other information. Just have your brand name. And your brand name should be represented the same across the internet. So I have my photography business is Karen Julia Wedding Photography because I only shoot weddings. And that should be in the schema. It should be the same as what's shown on Facebook. It should be the same as what's shown on Instagram. There really needs to be consistency with your brand name. Here we've just got Caledoni. We've not got any of the words that explain what that is. We've got a link to the URL. Now, importantly, we do have a link to the logo. So let me just quickly show you how to deal with that with a Showit site, because the media library within Showit, you're not going to be able to find a link to put in here for your logo. So the way around that is to upload your logo to your WordPress site, which I'll just show you here. We've got our logo page, but let me step back a couple of steps. So I've added the logo to the media library. If you click on it, you see that this is just our logo, and we want to click on View Attachment Page. Okay, so just there. This is now the link that we would use to add the logo to the schema. Okay, so if we head back to the tool, we can see that that's the link. There's also an opportunity to add contact information and social profiles. So with this specific schema, I have two different types of contact information. There's customer service and technical support. With a photography business, it would just be customer service. So if you just click Add Contact and go to Type, you can choose what type you want to add. And really, it's just customer service that would be relevant. So you want to just keep it so that it's just the information that you need. Because I provide a kind of a technical service, I've got technical support in there as well. Now, ideally, your contact page would be at a different URL from your homepage. I would recommend having a different page for your contact. At the moment, though, I'm just dealing with a one-page website. So I've not kind of broke that out. And as a result, I don't have a different URL. But really, the URL that is shown should be the specific contact page where you want people to get in touch with you. I'd also highly recommend adding the international code to any numbers that you add. It's just helpful for Google in terms of seeing the country that you're based. There's also an opportunity for your customer service area here to add the area served. Now, this is going to be really useful if you cover other countries or you've got specific countries that you like working in. I've added a bunch of international countries, and even though this is a kind of website that has content available in Spanish, because the customer service is to do with people getting in touch with you, I only speak English at the moment. So the language that I've selected is just English. So now that we've got all our sections filled in and we've got everything that we need, we just need to kind of copy this and put it into our Showit homepage. So we're going to just click copy here. And then we're going to go to the back end of our Showit website. Now we're on our homepage, and in the bottom right hand side, you see where we've got advanced settings all the way down here. So we're going to click on here, and that's going to give us a few little areas to add some code in. The location we want to use is the head. So if we just click on here, now I've already got information in here in relation to the languages. We're not going to get into that, but it's really important that the language information is at the top of any code I add. If you've got anything already in your site, any kind of custom bits and pieces, then you want to just make sure that you're starting on a different line. So that you're not starting halfway through a line of previous code. So we're just going to paste this in here and click save. Then we're going to publish our site. And then what we want to do is check and see that we've not got any errors. So if there's a little refresh button just up at the top here, and we're going to click that, and that's going to send the bot back to check our website. And it's going to have a fresh look at the page. And then what we should be aiming for is for everything to be green, for us not to have any errors or any issues. It's almost more important, or like if you've got any errors or anything doesn't look right, then it's better to just take it off and deal with whatever the problem is, work it out, but don't leave it on your website if you are showing errors, because it's something that can have a really negative impact. So we can see that it's shown as logo schema, which is entirely normal. And if we click this open box here, we can see that all the structured data is all here. And we can see we've got the type as an organization, the name is Caledoni, this is the main URL, the logo, all the countries that we service, the language that our service is available in. And that just really helps Google understand our business better. So I'd highly recommend you do the same with your Showit site as well. There are different types of schema that you can add depending on your services, for your homepage. But really I would consider this to be the bare minimum in terms of what you should have on your page. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask below or reach out on social media or shoot me an email. But I hope this has been helpful, and that should help get your website performing the best it can.